What is going on there, everybody? So the last time we were in here, we did work on a Tiburon, and we did put some performance parts to it. Didn't do anything interior, just interior. Let's see if we can get the interior gets as far as a little bit better. Made a little bit more than what we bought. Yeah, I do remember we did put. Yeah, we did the turbo and all that. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can do something with the interior. And let's go to the interior shop. All right. So did that put us in the green at all? No. So we got the majority of yellow parts in there, but that's not terrible. So let's go ahead and then clean this interior. That might actually get maybe a little bit more in the green. Not a whole lot, but okay, we'll go with that. We'll put that back. All right, so we got that cleaned up a little bit more. So we did end up just putting slicks on the front, but not necessarily on the back. So we could potentially probably look into getting some more performance parts to this. So currently we got it rated at 351 horse. And how many performance parts we got into this? So not a lot, I guess, as far as in comparison to our Eclipse. Yeah, the Eclipse we got quite a bit more. Let me look and see exactly what did we get in here. So we did get the throttle, we did get the turbo, exhaust manifold. We didn't do anything like ignition coils and that. Okay, what rating are we at? We're right at a 300 on the Class C. So we may just end up keeping it this way. This one definitely well off the charts on the Class A. Almost makes me feel like we got to have a white. So we got a red, a blue. We don't have a white. So we will have a red, white, and blue. So yeah, we did leave our retro mod, I guess, as far as way out here. This turned out really good. So do we have any? We have nothing in our parking garage. I'm not even really sure what we're in the market for, I guess, as far as when it comes to. Not really sure. So we did get this one out, the Eclipse, I guess, as far as just to kind of compare it to the Tiburon. Pretty similar, I guess, as far as in their wheelbase and such like that. Some slight changes, I guess, as far as to it, but I think the biggest thing is as far as on the nose. Just the kind of the stance on the nose. That's probably the biggest change that I see there. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one away. Let's put that guy away. Got 96 barn yet. I think what we're going to be in the market for is to get another garage. Now we do have the funds, I guess, as far as to get one right now, but I think if we were to make enough money, currently under $1 million, now that I think of it, we might have to do some flips, I guess, as far as get our money up there, I guess, as far as in go up there. So we might have to go to the junkyard or the salvage auction. I think I'm going to check out the junkyard. All right, do we got anything good? So nothing on our list there as far as loose, but let's see what kind of cars we got here today. So I think we're going to go ahead and buy this guy, and we'll put that right in the garage and put it in the garage. That's why we made room over at the house. So we did leave unempty-handed there. There we go. So we got ourselves a car and our barn mat. Well, let's go head back to the house. All right, so here we got our C8. I think I'm actually going to flip-flop these. There we go. Sweet. First thing we need to do is give this thing a bath. As it stands right now, we are probably in the hole. We'll probably have to weld the frame. We are in the hole a little bit, but that's okay. We'll fix her up. The interior. Definitely have to weld that frame. She's going to need some front end pieces. Most of the rear ends here, all the tires. Might be able to fix those rims up. We'll have to see. Let's get her over to lay. So we're going to do some body panels right away. Actually, let's go ahead and weld the frame first, and then we'll do some body panel mode. So we're already in a good shape, I guess, as far as just by welding it and giving her a bath. That's good. I'm going to see if we do have an engine built for this already, because if we do have an engine built right there. We'll pull that out. I think we pretty much only just got the block left in this one. To look and see if we got any of these C8 parts in the warehouse. Okay, so I guess we're going to need to buy those parts. So let's go to the shop for the C8. We can fix up the parts that we can fix. Let's do that over here. And then I think also what we'll do, yeah, I think we will do that. Let's go ahead and paint the parts that, all right, let's paint some parts. So we got, already, cool. That should be all of our parts. Let's go get those back on the car. And did I get the window? Yes, I did. Oh, I forgot to paint that too. You know what? We might just leave that black. I'm going to leave that black. That'll be an accent piece. Yeah, we didn't have any mirrors, so I think we'll just go ahead and buy those. There we go. So we need one new headlight. There we go. There we have it. So we should be in good shape just by fixing up all the body panels. Beautiful. Had to spend a little money to make that money, but there you have it. We're going to put better engine in here. Let's go ahead and get this one that is in here out of here. Now let's get our crane over. Yeah, we'll get this one up on the stand. Nope, we want this one on there. We'll deal with that there in a second. Good one in here. There we go. Fresh engine in there. Okay, so we got the new engine in. Let's get the bottom end button up for it. so use panel. We do have one in the warehouse too, but we were able to fix this one up, so we're good. All right, I think we got off of there what we can. Let's go get items fixed. Alrighty then. We need to get the shock assemblies taken apart. 2 of those, slap them back together. Alright, so we should have majority of the stuff we need to rebuild this from rear end. We're gonna need some exhaust. There we go. We'll get some new fuses and relays. Alright, we just need a cover, which we didn't have. We're gonna need one of those. We need fuel tanks. Got most of all that done in there. So let's get the fuel tanks in. 2 tanks in. You're welcome. Probably see what I did there. We might have a fuel pump in the warehouse. I do. So we'll grab that out of the warehouse. Okay, let's put our fuel pump in. Okay, let's take care of these rear tires. Alright, we're gonna leave the scuffed tires on these refurbished rims. Cool deal. It's too shabby. Alright, let's take these tires off. Was that subframe good? Guess we'll find out over here. Subframe was good to go. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, so let's see what we got in this. So we gotta take our shock assemblies apart. We need 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of those. Awesome sauce. Alright, let's go ahead and put those back together. Okay, so we got those done. Alright, sweet. Get our rotor. And we're gonna need like tie rods and all that good stuff too. Get those new bearings in the subframe. Bearing, packet full of grease, cap her off. Nice, that's ready for a tire. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take care of these tires. Alrighty then, so let's go get the one rim fixed up. That's okay, and let's buy ourselves a 120-inch temp rim. Let's go to the rim shop. Let's get a 20-inch one of these fellows. Keep her simple. Amazing what it you can do, I guess, as far as just by fixing up the rims. Nice temp rim on there, I guess, as far as until you can get her back on the ground. Okay, so what we need to do is do some front end work under the hood. So we definitely need a battery. Okay, let's see if we can do some tests on this now. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, you know what? I did forget a starter. There we go. That should be good. We'll be able to test her out now. Beautiful. Yeah, she's a pretty happy C8, I guess, as far as in that regard. Alright, so there's all the scans. Let's get some juices into it. Get some motor honey. There we go. I might have overflowed that a little bit, but it'll be fine. Cool. Yeah, she looks really nice now. Let's get her on the ground. She should be able to start her right up. Starts right up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, we need to get this over to the dyno. See where she's at. So we did get her all pretty much stocked. Oh baby. Yeah, I felt at least 120, 130. This is even better. Spend a little bit of money, I guess, as far as we bought it for less than 20,000 at the junkyard. She fixed up really nice. Did not expect to get quite that much for it, I guess, as far as I would have been happy with 120, 130. It is a Stingray, just for clarity. Not the Hennessy, but we'll take it. So we do got to do something with this interior yet. Beautiful. Alright, so now we should be 100% pretty much all the way around, with the exception to body parts, but we're for the most part in the green. I think I might have left out this glass. Yep. So we're gonna put this rear window in there. That'll add a little bit more to it. I always forget about that one sometimes. You got the 2 glasses, the rear window and the trunk glass. There we go. We should be even better shape now. Oh yeah. So most of this is gonna come down to like the license plates, whatever, which I'm not gonna worry about. 208 now, I guess, as far as by replacing that interior and putting that rear glass in there. That was a nice little flip on that guy. We did have to buy quite a few parts that we didn't have, but let's go ahead and get this dyno. Should get all the whole base horsepower. She's a screamer. In that Class B 362. Got all the base power out of it. Nice. So you know what we got to do before we sell it, I guess, as far as we got her dynoed. Let's take her over to the strip and see what she can do. Quarter mile. Going against the Audi R8. A little bit of tuning. Sport tires, but it doesn't show the condition of the tires. But we're at a 362. They are at a 366. Let's see what we can do here. And it's still doing that crap, I guess, as far as with the red light when I try to rev it. East side clap. I was hoping maybe that would get fixed. Didn't fix itself, that's for sure. So I guess we're not going to rev it. See, it's totally fine if I don't hold that accelerator button down. She needs an alignment. Yeah, she needs an alignment. Wow, see, I let off on that. We're gonna go back to the house and give this thing alignment. I did forget to do that. Let's get this over to the test path so we can get this aligned. Oh yeah, let's get her alignment. She's a little out of whack. Cool. Alright, now she runs straighter. Let's go get her back over the track. Alrighty then, so we got Hellcat this time. Electro Cat. It's our Electro Hellcat. Got some slicks on her. Ooh, so this Electro Cat might have something to say. We know we tuned this one up pretty good, I guess, as far as for the one that we created here. Nope, still doing it. It's definitely fine when I don't hold the accelerator down. Actually got a pretty decent reaction time, even considering. Let's see what that does. I just did that on purpose just to see. Okay, so I can do it that way. I can kind of flutter it, but I don't know if that's going to do me any good. Got to be something I can do. I got a feeling this F-Type would have beat us anyway. Would have probably definitely beat us anyway. Let's try this one again. Okay, maybe I want to figure something out. Okay, I might have figured something a little bit out. So what I can do, instead of holding down the accelerator and the brake to be able to rev it, if I tap it, get the timer going, I guess as far as for the tree. Well, that was a good time there too. I could probably get better than that. So I think I got an idea. So I can't lay into the accelerator and the brake at the same time. So what I got to do is I got to tap it, get the tree going. We'll do this, get the tree going. That works. Okay, well, let's do it that way then. I think that'll work. So what I gotta do is I gotta tap the accelerator, get the tree going, then I can get into the rev. About 11.8, I guess, as far as on this one here, being able to do that. That was a good race right there. Nice. Try another one. So let's try the old school supercharged Camaro. So if I tap it, rev it, and then well, now make a liar out of me. Now you're making a liar out of me. Tap it. There we go. Nice. I think I've got, ooh, 11.5. Hell yeah. There we go. That's even better. I knew this one had it in her. I knew it had it in her. What else we get? No, I don't want that one. Let's try the Ferrari V12. Got a little bit of tuning. I guess that's what the game looks for, I guess, as far as just to tap it to set the tree, and then you can get in your rev if you want to do that. So we even got 11.4, we're even better. Damn, we don't even have any performance parts into this thing. It's all standard parts. Our LS3 Hot Rod Camaro, 69 Camaro. Yep, about 11.4. We're going to say 11.4 we can get out of this guy. What about that? It says F-Type. No tuning, got some race tires. We got scuffs on this this car too. Nice. Yeah, so we're going to say 11.4. We're able to get out of this one. So we can beat the F-Types. Ooh, drag build OHV supercharged. Got some slicks on there. Let's see what this guy's got. Beautiful. He didn't have a chance. We beat him by a whole second. Practically a whole second. That's crazy. So what about the Jaguar? That one didn't have a chance either. A little bit slower, I guess, as far as on that, but still pretty decent. This thing, I just want to beat it just because it's, oh, it's ugly looking. Crud. Oh, I shifted too soon. Shifted too soon. Oh, I missed a shift there. Ooh, we still got it though. Slipped on the shift there. Okay, the Jaguar, the Fuel EC one. Yep, there we go. We got back to our 11.4. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. So, let's do this. Sign up for we're in the Class B. I'll give it a little bit of chance as far as to see what this thing can do. So, let's go ahead and get our first race done here. So here we go. Just don't red light. That's the whole key to it. Nice. First race in the book. A little bit slower than our best time, which is 11.4. Not bad, though. Good run. So our second race, we're going up against the fastback Mustang. Right on. 11.4, there's one of our better times. And we smoked that fastback. Second race in the book. Next one we're going up against the fake Viper. No, this is the OG. Take that back. That's the OG Dodge Viper V10 power. No tunings. Ow! I did it wrong. That was totally my fault. Okay, we're going to rerun this. So what I forgot to do is just tap it. I laid into the... So I did it exactly the way I shouldn't have done it. We made a little bit of our credits back. We're going to do this again. If I wouldn't have screwed up like that, I think we would have had it. I definitely feel like we would have had it. Alright, so what do we got this time? So we got an AC Cobra we're going to look up this time. Alright, try it again. Alright, so this time we've got our... We did go practice against this fella. We were able to beat it in practice. Okay, well, just don't red light. Good grief. Okay, so brake. Tap it. There we go. Cool. 11.8, not one of our better times, but we'll take it. Second race coming up is going to be that Street Fighter Honda Civic. And second race is good. A little bit better than to our best time. Best time is a low 11.4. Next, we're going up against C3 Corvette. Got a little sloppy on the chute. I think we got it. We're good. A little bit slow, I guess, as far as out that than our best time, but we'll take it. 12.2. Holy smokes. All right, last race. Here we go. Lambo. Slicks. These things are pretty slow when you don't have all that much tuning to it. Alright, we did it the old school way, I guess, as far as to show it all of our strength, I guess, as far as, so that's one of our better times. Got a nice little hot rod here we mixed up here. Not bad for a junkyard fix-up, right? So we didn't make it all the way to the end. There you have it. Get this back to the house. So let's get this over to car wash. We'll give her a bath. It's a little grimy, I guess, as far as taking her around the strip. So it was 208,000. We were able to get out of this one, fixing her all up. She's all in the green. 208,000 after buying it for just under 20. Bloop. And there she goes. Nice. We're well over $1 million. So I think if we can make about another 20,000, we can definitely make more than that. I guess as far as 30,000. My bad. Get ourselves to 11.2. Oh, $1.2 million in the bank. We can get ourselves another garage. So we do got some things here we got to scrap. what we can do as far as find ourselves another flip. We don't need to make a whole lot more. Pretty close to 50% of hitting the big bonus. Alright, inventory is clear. So let's go check out another junkyard. We are looking for some batteries and such too, so check our list. We do got one battery. Cool. Alright, so we definitely got to look around for that. So let's buy this guy. Not a bad price for it either. We'll see if we can get this one running. Not a bad price for it. Alright, so we're going to buy the Drag Monster van. Alright, so we did get our map, our battery, and bought ourselves a van. Let's head back to the house. Now, based on the config here, I guess as far as it's going to have pretty much some of the A-team stuff to it, right? Going to have the bull bar, I guess as far as on the front. Things like that. Definitely needs a bath, that's for sure. Let's go give it a bath. She's a little dirty. Yeah, let's see what we can do for livery on it. Oh, looks like it's just red. Got a white door. Let's do the interior. Definitely needs the frame welded, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and do that. Really bad shape. Holy crap. Oh, we're actually not in the hole. We can actually sell it right now and make some money. So we're in really good shape in that regard. Really good shape. 1,300 bucks. Get her welded. Cleaned up pretty nicely. Okay, let's fix up some more body panels. Okay, so put our map away. Let's charge up this battery. So this bull bar, we can get that fixed up. That's good. Oh, I forgot about this guy. We need to clean this guy up is what we need to do. This came out of the C8 that we just fixed up here. So the engine block is, the winner is no good. So we're going to scrap that block, obviously. Let's fix up what we can. So we had 2 parts that were fixable. Nasty. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put these into our warehouse. We can use those for a different build. Let's get ourselves some headlights. This one's probably repairable. Nope. Alright, so that one's shot. Okay, where are we at now? Oh, baby. So we're already above what we paid for it. We're in good shape there. So let's get this up on the lift so we can get this engine pulled out. Let's see what we got. Yeah, these are pretty cool vans. We got one of our own, I guess, as far as out here. We got the better part of 2,700 horsepower out of it. Granted, we do have quite a bit of tuning to it as well. But yeah, we've been able to get over 2,700 horsepower onto that one. With the abundance of performance parts. I don't know if I'll go nuts with performance parts on this one, but it'll at least fix this engine up. Alright, let's see what we got down here. Get her pulled out of there. Nice. Okay, we'll get that up on the stand, and we'll get that work done. Beautiful. Oh, so it's still got it tilted, I guess, as far as that's the last engine block I had on there, I had it tilted. Let's get this rotated that way. We'll get this pulled apart. So, this is obviously missing some stuff. I don't think I have one of these already built. Probably have some parts, I guess, as far as to go with it. Check the warehouse as we go along. Indeed. So we can fix that block up. Awesome sauce. Hit it again. Clean her up. There we go. Alright, so let's get that block back on the stand. Beautiful. Got our crank. That's all fixed up. We're going to need some new pistons and rings. Okay, so there's our top end, front end, back end. Now we just need to get our bottom end. So there's our bottom end. So I think that is complete on the engine build. We just got some work to do here on the front end before we slap that puppy in. And ooh, our cross member's not good. Ooh, that sucks. So we're gonna have to buy a new subframe. Alright, let's go to the bench here, see what we can fix up here. Good deal. Alright, so let's get a tally. Gotta take these apart. Let's do that real quick. Alright, so we need 2 of these, 2 of those, and 2 caps. Slap those back together. And for this setup, we're gonna need, was that the double wishbone? Yep, double wishbone setup. So we're gonna need 12 rubber bushings. 12 rubber bushings. There we go. We'll put some rubber bushings into our new subframe, because the other one was shot. Okay, now we're ready for tires on both sides. Let's go take these over to get these separated. You gotta keep them separated. Okay, let's go fix up what we can over here with the rim. Oh god, that's a lot of rim. No! I broke that rim. You know, it probably doesn't matter too much because I wanted to get new rims anyway. And so let's go to the rim shop. I think I'm gonna go with these fellas. We're gonna get 2 of these. They need to be 16-inch, more like a Krager SST. Then tires. Good chunk of money gets as far as for a couple new slicks. All right, let's go ahead and put those on our new rim. I'll have to remember to get an alignment on this thing too, because I know we don't need to do those. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's the front end. Let's get this engine put back in. Let's get our crane over here. There we go. So we are, wait, 99? What happened there? Oh, you know what it is? It's probably that fuel filter. That's the only thing that's keeping it not to be 100%. So the engine's in there. There she be. We want to do some preliminary stuff in there, so we do have a battery. We'll get this thing humming in no time. Cool, so I think we got all our preliminaries done here in the engine bay. Let's work on our rear end a little bit. Ooh, wow, a lot of that's all shot. Bummer. Okay, let's go get it over to the bench and see what we can get fixed up. Okay, that's all good. Whew. Alright, so let's do, let's go back to here. What was not fixable? So we needed one brake disc. Now, as far as rubber bushings, I think we just need 2 regular bushings. But yeah, we just need 2 rubber bushings. There we go. Now we're ready to deal with the tires. So let's go fix up what we can. So what we're going to do is get the same rims that we got for the front. So we'll get a 335 50 16. Alright, there we go. We'll put these on our new rims. There we go. Now we can slap our new rubbers on. We went a little bit more in the diameter of the rim, but shouldn't be too bad. Beautiful. Nice look. So we went pretty much with the same type of look on here as we did on our own drag. Oh, I guess we did do different rims on this one. So we did this style of rim for our own drag van. It's a little bit different, I guess, as far as when we did it. I just think this this look here is just classic drag. Solid. Alright, let's get her on the ground. Actually, we gotta put the drive shaft in. Yeah, we gotta put all this stuff in. We gotta button up the bottom end. I almost forgot about that. Now, fuel tank. I gotta check on while we're down here as far as we gotta get a fuel tank in this thing. Okay, so we got everything on the bottom end done. And now we can get her on the ground. Let's get some fluids in it. Let's get some more on the end over here. Perfect, that'll work. Yeah, no bug juice containers. That's been deleted off, I guess, as far as on this drag build. Which we need to do some stuff in interior. We need to at least give her a door. There we go. Cool, now we can sit in it. Should be able to start it. Fires right up. There are those turbos kicking in. Nice. Okay, let's see where we're at money-wise. So bought it for just over 10. No performance parts to it. Making over 108,000 on this puppy. That's a nice turnaround. Very nice. So we need to get this thing painted now. Debating. Let's get her washed first. Usually we'll ask you to get her washed as far as where we paint it. Now we can move it over to the paint booth. And let's put some livery on this thing. Paint. Let's see what we got here. So we definitely got to go black. Definitely got to go black. There we go. So we got our black. And then let's take a look and see what liveries we have. Probably that. I think that's more the A-team look. If I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we just got that livery. I think we're going to have to go with that one. We'll go ahead and paint it that way. That's the closest we got right now. Well, there you have it. It's our A-team theme, I guess, as far as drag monster. Beautiful. Now we got to get this over to the dyno. Based on those 2 parts that we know that are not 100%, be it the ECU. So just to kind of give you an idea. The ECU is 85% and the fuel filter is also 85%. So based on those 2 items that are not 100%, I'm thinking we should be able to get still like 1285. All right, we're gonna go ahead and run this while that's closing up. Definitely less than 15 horsepower. Pretty decent. We only lost 1 horsepower based on those 2 parts being less than 100%. There it is. We're in a Class A 806. Nice. So anyway, let's go take this over to the drag strip now. Let's go see what you can do. Alright, let's go see what we can do here at the drag strip. So, as it would, you can imagine, I guess, as far as we're going against some pretty tough hitters here, I guess, as far as with the drag van, as far as cone snag. Alright, let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so it's still doing that, I guess, as far as like it was before. I was hoping maybe it would. So weird though. Alright, so we'll do this. Tap it. Definitely works that way. I forgot to give it an alignment. I just realized that. This puppy does definitely need an alignment. She's, we can definitely control her a little bit, so yeah. I don't even think we'd be able to beat that guy. Let's see what we can do, though. Yeah, she kind of, she was getting a little bit squirrely on me. Needing that alignment. Okay, that one I did it right that time, so I don't know why that didn't work. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's a good race. That's a good race right there. So irregardless of the fact that we need an alignment, I guess as far as we can get a 9.7 on this truck, on this van. That's pretty cool. Then we need to take this back to the house and actually get an alignment to it. Let's go to here, move it to the test path. Let's get an alignment. Yeah, so we just fixed up the drag monster van, I guess as far as, oh my. Is she all over the place? Let's go. She's not very happy on the alignment, that's for sure. Marvelous. Alright, let's go take her back over to the strip. Let's have some more fun with her. Okay, cone sending again. No tuning this time. No tuning this time. This ought to be a good matchup now that we got the alignment on the van. Runs a lot straighter. Did we get her? Nope. Still beating us. 9.5 though. Look at that interval. That's an awesome race right there. I'm not even mad I lost. That cone thing's pretty fast. This thing's pretty fast. Let's try it again. Okay, I think that was just operator there. Get us again? Yeah, they need to get us again. So we got a 9.7 there. A little bit slower. Almost identical reaction time though. That's crazy. Look at this one here. This thing, we were like neck and neck. All the way down. That's solid. One more time. One more time. One more time. Yep, they did get us. So 9.7 is probably about our best. We did get a 9.5. So if the cone sending continues to get as far as to get those times, the 9.6, we can definitely beat it. We gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. So I know we've been able to get a 9.5 on this. This. Oh man, so 9.7 seems to be our best time. 9.7 does seem to be our best time, I guess, as far as this one. That's some really good racing there with that cone sending. All right, let's try another one. So we got the NC drag, Cutlass Supreme. Oh, we got him. 9.7 to a 9.9. Beautiful. Ooh, we got the base Pagani. Here we go. Oh, had to try to get the jump on it. Oh, darn it. I think that's just all operator there. Oh, come on. I'm trying to just time it just right because I know this thing's going to get a jump on us. Crud. Come on now. I know I can do it. I know I can do it. Oh, come on. Now it's being dumb for me again. Don't be doing that to me. I think the van's scared. Come on, man. Why you gotta do this to me? Tap it. Nope. Okay, now we're back to this problem. Really, dude? Come on. There we go. That's better. Oh, we did get it. Sweet. So a 9.8. So yeah, I had to sleep there a little bit. 9.8 to a 9.9. Ah, dang it. I thought I had that figured out with that stinking red light with that being able to rev it. Apparently not. So this one, we should be able to beat that one. That's the GT Special. I don't know. This one here has got a little bit more power to it. In fact, it's got a pretty decent amount of tuning. So that one pretty good. Oh, sound like that dude crashed. 9.7 to a 9.6. So this one's almost the same as the Consonate, roughly in that boat. Sound like that dude crashed. I guess as far as at the end. Okay, let's do this one again. Ah, you dirty rascal. Why do you do this to me? Oh, that is so annoying. Stop it already. It's almost like I gotta wait till after that yellow light just to make sure. That first yellow light. Okay, so this one can definitely beat us. Look at how close that one was. I heard him crash again. 9.7 to a 9. Look at that. Wow. No performance parts on this thing either. No performance. We only got a 1 horsepower loss, I guess, as far as based on the dyno, as far as the base power. So just to run down. So we got our V10 special BMW Pro car. So the V10, yeah, the V10 powered BMW Pro car can still beat us too. Look at how close these are. That is crazy, that amount of, so I don't even think that 1 horsepower loss that we have on this this van really make much difference. That's just wild. What about the turbo powered Camaro? Same engine. Got that one. That was a pretty good matchup. So we're gonna flip the tables, I guess, as far as against this turbo powered Camaro. Okay, this one's kind of a weird one. The configuration for this one is like all over the place, I guess, as far as like it's kind of a dummied down V8, turbo V8 mid mount. It's kind of been dummied down, I guess, as far as from what it can achieve. We got it. 9.7 to a 9.8. So we're getting a good idea, I guess, as far as what this van can do. GT Special did get us. I think it had 15% the last time he went up against it. So just let's get some practice on this guy. Right, I gotta definitely need practice on this red light business. Got that special, so with that little bit less of tuning, we were able to crack a 9.6. Wow, look at that interval. Loving these intervals. We actually beat it by 1,000ths of a second. 9.692 to a 6.91. That is nuts. That's a phenomenal race right there. We already beat the base Pagani. He's got a little bit more tuning on this guy though. Last one was like 26%. And he did not get us that time either. Try again there, Pagani. Try again. So we got the rest of the mods. So it's supercharged LS. So where are we at now? We're at the point where the Consoning was beating us. That's about really it. Other than maybe that Ferrari GT Special, I guess, as far as it has a decent amount of tuning. Really, about the only thing that's beating us is the Consonate. And this one's got quite a bit more tuning, so let's see what this one can do. Heard it crash. No, we definitely got that one. Nice. Okay, so even the Special, I guess, as far as with any level of tuning so far, as far as we can't beat that one. Ooh, we haven't gone against the Tempesta though. So the base Pagani we haven't been able to beat, but not necessarily the Tempesta. Oh yeah, that was I totally flubbed on that one. Oh come on now. can't beat the Tempesta, as well as the base Pagani. I think we pretty much got this thing shook down. The V10 Special, I think, was beating us as well. V10 Special Pro car. Nope, got that one. So I know the one, I can't remember how much tuning it had. So we do have the ability, I guess, as far as to beat that V10 Pro car. So anyway, you've been able to get a rundown, I guess, as far as and so on, I guess, as far as to know what this van can do. I think it's just the counseling we have to worry about the most. We've been able to beat certain cars like that. So let's go back this way. Sign up for the Class A on the quarter mile. You betcha. You betcha, betcha. We did not go against any electric cars, so the first race we're going up against is another drag van. I think we might have something for it, so as long as we don't red light, I think we should be fine. Let's go ahead and try this one out. Alright, here we go. Still red light. Bloop. And the first race... got him. 9.6 to a 9.7, so we beat him about a whole tenth. Even with that little bit of tuning on there, it couldn't beat us. You got a little bit slower reaction time there too, so I think that did help us. Okay, next one we're going up against is a C1 Rustamod. We've definitely been able to beat this guy in practice. Feeling pretty good about this next race. So again, as long as I don't red light. You son of a gun anyway. Let's see, we're back to that nonsense again. It's very, very touchy, I guess, as far as when it comes to holding on to that accelerator button. Signing up again. Lost a little bit of money there, but... so we're going up against a Cutlass Supreme. Definitely been able to beat this guy in practice. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna rerun this. Come on, game. Be good to me. Alright, good on the first race. Almost identical, I guess, as far as to the first race we ran. First race is in the books. So the next one, we're going up against another drag monster. Solid reaction. Got him. Nice. That was a good race. That's our second race in the book. Third race coming up. We got a turbo Camaro, which we've been able to beat this one in practice. Oh, he got us. 9.8 to a 9. Look at how close that was, though. He had a little bit more tuning, I think, as far as in the one we practiced against. Well, that's a bummer. I think that was a legitimate race there, quite honestly. Pretty legitimate. I might have slipped a little bit on the reaction time. That's definitely... I'll take the blame on that. Wow, that would have been a good race to beat him. We made it that far though, so that's cool. So we got to go against... So the Turbo beat us, the Turbo Camaro. So we're gonna put our credits on him. Can't beat him, join him, and he lost. He lost to that Ferrari. Okay, so it is official. We did not make it all the way. We need to sell this thing, I guess, as far as we can make some money off of it. Not bad, I guess, as far as for a couple of junkyard flips, I guess, as far as, oh, so we're not green in the interior, so it's probably just the steering wheel. I'm not mad about it. So yeah, we're able to, we got it for just more than 10, fixed her up, make a good profit on these drag vans. Let's go ahead and sell her. That should get us, yep, just over $1.2 million, and we can buy ourselves another garage. That was the whole reason, I guess, as far as going through all that. Okay, so what we want to do is get ourselves another parking garage. Let's go this way. We're going to buy that up, and we'll still have over $1 million after we buy it. Boop. Awesome. So now we got another garage here that we can work with. Cool. I think what that deserves now is to see if we can find... so if we can find something for under 40 grand, or 40,000, I should say. Yeah, I think we can find something like that. I think we should be able to. Let's go check out our auction. We got our test car. Check our test car out. Some of you haven't seen some of the refinements that we made in on the one of which, I guess, as far as is putting a little bit more in the trunk area, so it's not quite so hollow. It's still a work in progress for sure. So it's missing the rear clamshell. This one's missing the front clamshell, front and rear. We did a little bit more work. It's still a little bit primitive. just to make it a little bit better, I guess, as far as on the shock towers. So I'm thinking on this one here, based on the condition, I would not want to even come close to like 30 grand on this thing. Not even close. So probably more like 20. I'd say 20, since it is missing both the front and rear clamshell. Most of the engine. So the interior that is in here, I guess, as far as this kind of all here, can sit in it. Yep, pretty simple interior yet. I haven't done really much work, I guess, as far as on the interior, let alone door cards and things like that. Yeah, I'm thinking if we can get this for about 20 grand, that'd be okay. So they're saying 24. Ooh, that's even a bit much there. So I don't even want to come near that, as far as based on the condition for it. Let's see what we can get it for, though. All right, we got it for 26. Went over, I guess, as far as, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we can do with it. Let's put it in the car garage. So this is be able to check out our test car. We'll fix her up a little bit. We'll get her running. Let's head back over to the garage and let's check their test car out. Alrighty then. So there she be. Let's give her a bath first and foremost. So it looks like she's silver. Let's get this over to lift A. And obviously we're going to need a rear clamshell and a front clamshell. So the engines for this one, we can put pretty much all of these. So it starts off with an LS engine. We can also put supercharged. I don't think any of these engines I have already built. So you might have to build another engine. Nope. We don't have any engines that we can put into this this car built. Okay, so we're gonna have to probably build another engine. We got it for a pretty decent price, I guess, as far as maybe a little bit more than we wanted to, but we'll fix her up. Let's fix up these body panels. Okay, so we do know we're gonna have to buy a rear and front clamshell. So the rear clamshell, it doesn't really have a bumper, it's just got the plastic, I guess, as far as on that part of the clamshell. Yeah, so you can see the mapping of the texture, I guess, as far as I haven't quite perfected that yet. Not really sure what's going on with that. One thing we did, we're able to get accomplished, for those that haven't seen these first, to make them less transparent so they're see-through. So the fact that it has a backing onto it that matches the body color. We did not weld the frame in. I think we'll do that just to kind of get some of the ugliness, I guess, as far as off the underbody. Let's do that. I'm gonna pull off. I get the window. I think I put it on the list though, because it is like, okay. So we want to weld this frame. 1,300 to get her welded. Let's get her in the good. So where's this originally from? Nebraska. Okay, so we in the good yet? We are in the good. So not quite as much, I guess, as far as what we paid for it, but a little bit better. A little bit better. So where are we at as far as interior? Not good on the interior. So what we might have to do, so I think might be just because we're missing the passenger seat. There we go. Now we should be a little bit better. Now we're in the yellow at least. That's not bad. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let's get this engine pulled out. What is there of it? So we don't have an engine already built for it, so we're gonna have to build one. Probably rebuild what we got here. Yeah, I think we're gonna try and rebuild what we got here. Probably gonna need a majority of the parts. So it looks like the gearbox is in good shape. We got that going for us. Not that we don't have one in the warehouse. So let's get this yanked out of there. Okay, she's out of there. So one of the things I've been trying to figure out is, as far as to do some much better contouring and bead rolling, I guess, as far as on the different underbody parts. That's definitely been a challenge, I guess, as far as to get that done. Let's get this engine on the stand and see, fix it up there a little bit. You know what? We got a pretty good base here, it looks like. Yeah, let's pull this apart. We'll fix up the engine block. We'll make good on that. I think we got that all out of our system, at least, anyway. Okay, we need some new pistons and rings. So let's get these on the list. Let's see how much we can get done to this engine. But don't have any of these heads. So an A and a B head. Let me check the warehouses to make absolutely sure. Sometimes they don't want to show up on there. We got every other head but for an LS. Well, let's go ahead and order up those parts. Need that head. And that head. We had the engine base, I guess, as far as the engine block was a pretty good base for this. So it's not terrible. And we do have an intake manifold, I guess, as far as for the LS. Let's get that out of the warehouse. Or here. That's a supercharged. Wait, is it the supercharged? I don't think it was a supercharged, was it? No, it was not the supercharged. CGM. Yeah, so I only see the supercharged ones. Hold on a minute. Oh, here it is right there. Found it. Cool. Let's bolt that in. Awesome sauce. Alright, so throttle. We do have some of those in the warehouse. I did see those. Right there. We got a couple of them right. Beautiful. Any part under 50% can be repaired. Not necessarily every part. There are definitely some parts that can't. Some parts can't. So it just depends on what it is. But yeah, generally any part that's within 15% is repairable. So just be aware of that. You do have to get a lot of those unlocked if you're still starting. So you got to build up, I guess, as far as from your toolbox, I guess, as far as the renovator. So the renovator task, I guess, as far as that'll show up in here. You want to get these bumped up here, because so pretty much any parts. That's like what Cromwell says, within 15%, I guess, as far as is it repairable. Just keep in mind that not all parts are repairable. Not all parts are repairable, even if it is within that 15% range. Okay, so we did get some parts here on the list. We got our cam gear. Let's get a new one of those. So things like cam gear, even if it is 15%, that's not repairable. Timing chains are not repairable. Just to name a couple. There we go. We got our sparkulators and all that in. Ignition coils. That is a complete LS engine build, I guess, as far as to put in this thing. So we're going to save this up here, folks. We're going to finish up on our test car. Yeah, so some of you have asked, I guess, as far as the question, why does this look so much like a cyber car? And it is a work in progress. It's a test car, I guess, as far as that we've built and brought into the game. And it's kind of giving us an idea, I guess, as far as of what is possible. What is possible, I guess, as far as for that. So it's clearly dubbed here, I guess, as far as our test car. So yeah, definitely in comparison, I guess, as far as some of the other cars that are available in the game, it's not too pretty to look at, I guess, as far as, but it's very functional. It's very functional. Definitely look forward, I guess, as far as completing this up here. We'll probably end up flipping this car. We did get it at the auction for 26. Right now, with the engine being out of it, we just built it, I guess, as far as we're a little bit in the profit, but I think once we get the engine in there, we should be in good shape. I want to do some work I got on the front end, I guess, as far as so I want to keep you in the suspenders just a little bit, I guess, as far as from now until then. Very much appreciated, folks, for everybody that did drop by, to include Interstate bringing over the folks, I guess, as far as from their stream. I do hope you all have a marvelous rest of your Monday, and we'll be seeing you again real soon here, folks.